Have you ever noticed a strange shortness of breath when climbing stairs, something that didn't used to bother you? Or maybe you've felt an unusual heaviness in your chest after walking just a block, but brushed it off as just getting older. If you're a woman over 60, I want you to pause and listen carefully, because sometimes what feels like normal aging may actually be one of the silent signals your heart is struggling after menopause. I'm Dr. Lisa Perriera, a gynecologist with over 30 years of experience caring for women through every stage of life. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 silent signs your heart may be at risk after menopause, clues that often go unnoticed until it's too late. I'll also share the story of one of my patients, Eleanor, a 67-year-old grandmother who thought her constant fatigue was simply a part of aging. But what she discovered about her heart health completely changed the course of her life. And by the end of this video, you'll know the exact signs to look for and what steps you can take today to protect your heart for the years ahead. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe, leave me a comment below, and let me know if you've ever experienced shortness of breath or unexplained fatigue since menopause. Your story might help another woman watching right now. Because here's the truth. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women after menopause, but it doesn't have to be your story. By understanding these hidden warning signs early, you can take control of your health, restore your energy, and keep your heart strong for the years to come. Many women think heart problems always begin with sharp chest pain. But the reality after menopause is often very different. The first silent sign I want you to notice is constant fatigue. I've had patients tell me, Dr. Perriera, I just feel tired all the time. I thought it was just age catching up with me. But here's what many don't realize. After menopause, estrogen levels drop, and estrogen is one of the hormones that once helped protect your blood vessels. Without it, the arteries can stiffen and circulation slows. When your heart isn't pumping efficiently, your body feels drained even after a full night's sleep. Imagine your body like a city, and your blood vessels are the roads. If traffic is backed up, nothing gets where it needs to go. That sluggish feeling isn't just aging, it could be your heart asking for help. The second sign is shortness of breath. It might appear when you climb stairs or walk a little faster than usual. Many women tell themselves, I'm just out of shape. But think about this. Your heart and lungs work together like dance partners. If one is struggling, the other quickly shows the strain. If you find yourself stopping to catch your breath more often than you used to, especially without a clear reason, it deserves attention. One of my patients, Maria, age 70, thought she had asthma when she couldn't make it up her driveway without gasping. Her tests later revealed early heart disease. The third sign is swelling in the ankles, feet, or legs. You might notice your shoes fitting tighter by the evening. This is not just about eating too much salt. It can be a signal that your heart isn't strong enough to pump blood back up from the lower body, allowing fluid to build up. Picture a garden hose. If water isn't flowing smoothly, it starts to pool. That pooling in your body is edema, and when it shows up regularly, it could point back to the heart. At this point, you might be thinking, I've felt at least one of these before. And that's exactly why they're called silent signs. They're easy to dismiss as everyday changes, but together they create a picture you shouldn't ignore. And the next 2 signs I'll share with you are even more surprising because they appear in places you may not expect. The fourth silent sign is indigestion or persistent heartburn that doesn't seem to match what you've eaten. Many women are surprised when I tell them this because it feels like a stomach problem, not a heart problem. But the nerves in your chest and stomach sit very close together. When blood flow to the heart is reduced, it can sometimes send confusing signals that feel like burning, bloating, or pressure in the upper abdomen. I remember a patient named Helen in her mid-60s who kept antacids in her purse at all times. She thought spicy food was the culprit, but testing later showed that her symptoms were actually coming from her heart. The fifth sign is sleep disturbance, especially waking up suddenly in the night, short of breath, restless, or sweating. After menopause, many women already struggle with hot flashes or insomnia, but when these episodes are paired with racing heartbeats or breathlessness, they can signal something deeper. Think of your body like a car engine that sputters when the fuel line is blocked. At night, when your heart should be resting, it may actually be struggling to keep up, and the only clue you get is broken sleep. When you look at these 5 signs together, fatigue, shortness of breath, swelling in the legs, indigestion, and restless sleep, they can seem vague or easy to brush off. That's why they're so dangerous. Most women don't connect them to heart disease until a crisis happens. But knowing them now means you can act before it's too late. In the next part of this video, I'll explain why these signs appear more often after menopause and the simple, everyday choices that can either protect your heart or quietly increase your risk. This is the part most women have never been told, and it could completely change how you look at your own health. After hearing these 5 signs, the next question every woman asks me is why they appear more often after menopause. The answer lies in the changes happening inside your body when estrogen levels drop. For decades, estrogen acted like a natural shield, helping your blood vessels stay flexible and supporting healthy cholesterol levels. Once that protection fades, the risk of plaque buildup and stiffened arteries grows much higher. It's not just about getting older, it's about how your biology shifts. One of the most common mistakes I see is women believing fatigue or shortness of breath is only about poor fitness. They start pushing themselves harder at the gym or on long walks, but instead of feeling better, they feel worse. That's because the problem isn't a lack of effort, it's circulation. Imagine trying to water your garden with a hose that's partly kinked. No matter how high you turn the faucet, the flow won't improve until you fix the bend. The second mistake is thinking swelling in the legs is harmless or only about salt. Yes, salt can play a role, but if your heart muscle is weaker, fluid builds up more easily. Ignoring this sign is like ignoring water leaking under your kitchen sink. At first, it seems minor, but left unchecked, it can cause serious damage. A third mistake is assuming indigestion or heartburn is always digestive. Women often stock up on over-the-counter pills and change their diet without realizing the discomfort might be coming from their heart. This misstep can delay diagnosis for months. Helen, the patient I mentioned earlier, spent nearly a year treating her stomach issue before she finally had her heart checked. By then, she was already facing significant blockages. And finally, many women accept poor sleep as just another part of aging. But restless nights tied to heart stress are not normal. Your body is sending alarms not just about menopause, but about your heart. Dismissing them means missing the chance to act early. Understanding these root causes matters because it changes how you respond. In the next section, I'll guide you through the practical solutions, short-term, medium-term, and long-term, that truly make a difference for your heart health. And I'll reveal one overlooked daily drink that can quietly protect your heart in ways most women have never been told. The good news is that even though menopause changes your biology, there are clear, practical steps you can take starting today to protect your heart. Let's begin with the short-term solutions, the things you can do right now. First, pay attention to your daily habits. If you've been feeling fatigue or swelling, start with simple adjustments like reducing processed salt and drinking more water. Think of your body like a sponge. When it's dry, it soaks up everything, but when it's hydrated, it can release fluid more easily. Keeping your body well hydrated helps your heart move blood more efficiently and reduces strain. Even something as simple as stretching your legs when sitting for long periods can help circulation. Next are the medium-term solutions, the steps that build stronger protection over weeks and months. Regular walking is one of the best medicines for your heart. You don't need to run marathons. Just 30 minutes of brisk walking, most days of the week, lowers blood pressure, improves cholesterol, and strengthens your heart muscle. One of my patients, Eleanor, who I mentioned earlier, began by walking around her block after dinner. Within 3 months, she could walk 2 miles comfortably, and her fatigue lifted dramatically. Another medium-term focus is nutrition. After menopause, your body benefits from foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, and antioxidants. Think salmon, walnuts, beans, and colourful fruits. Imagine your arteries like kitchen pipes. Foods high in antioxidants act like a gentle rinse, keeping the buildup from sticking to the walls. And fiber works like a sponge that soaks up excess cholesterol before it can clog your system. Now let's talk about the long-term solutions, the choices that truly change the future of your heart health. These include regular checkups with your doctor, keeping track of blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. Heart disease in women often looks different than in men, so don't wait for sharp chest pain to get tested. Think of these checkups as routine maintenance for your most important engine. You wouldn't drive your car for years without an oil change. Your heart deserves the same care. And here's the part many women overlook. There's one daily drink that can make a surprisingly big difference for your heart. Green tea, rich in catechins and antioxidants, has been shown in studies to support blood vessel health and lower inflammation. Swapping even 1 cup of sugary soda or sweetened coffee drink for green tea each day is like giving your arteries a gentle polish. It's simple, natural, and effective. Remember, these solutions aren't about perfection. They're about steady, caring steps that add up over time. Small daily changes lead to powerful long-term results. And just like tending a garden, when you give your body the right care, it rewards you with growth and vitality. In the next section, I'll share 2 real stories of women who transformed their heart health after menopause, stories that will inspire you and show you just how possible change can be at any age. Eleanor's story is one I'll never forget. At 67, she came into my office saying, "Dr. Perriera, I think I'm just slowing down with age. I don't have the energy to play with my grandchildren anymore." She thought her constant fatigue and swollen ankles were a normal part of life after menopause, but her tests revealed early heart disease. Instead of giving up, Eleanor made small but steady changes. She swapped her nightly soda for green tea, began short daily walks, and kept her checkups. Within months, she had more energy, and by the time her granddaughter's birthday came around, she was back on the dance floor. Another woman, Margaret, age 72, struggled with what she believed was persistent indigestion. She carried antacids everywhere, convinced her stomach was to blame. After urging her to get checked, we discovered blocked arteries. It was frightening news, but Margaret took it seriously. She committed to improving her diet, cutting down on fried foods, and embracing heart-friendly options like salmon beans and fresh berries. Today, she tells me she feels 10 years younger, and most importantly, she sleeps peacefully through the night again. These stories remind me that the body is like a garden. When the soil is neglected, weeds take over and the plants weaken. But if you water regularly, nourish the roots, and give it sunlight, the garden flourishes again. Your heart works the same way. With care and attention, it can thrive at any stage of life. I want you to remember it's never too late. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 80, your body is capable of healing when you give it the right support. Eleanor and Margaret didn't discover magic pills, they discovered the power of steady, consistent choices. And now that you know the silent signs and the simple solutions, you hold the same power to protect your heart and reclaim your energy. In the final part of this video, I'll recap the 5 silent signs you must not ignore and leave you with a hopeful message to carry forward. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned together. There are 5 silent signs your heart may be at risk after menopause. The first is fatigue that lingers no matter how much you rest. The second is shortness of breath that shows up during simple activities like climbing stairs. The third is swelling in your ankles or legs. The fourth is persistent indigestion or heartburn that doesn't improve with usual remedies. And the fifth is restless sleep, especially waking up suddenly with breathlessness or a racing heartbeat. Each of these signs on its own may be easy to dismiss, but together they paint a picture of a heart asking for attention. Menopause changes your body in ways that make your heart more vulnerable. But it also offers you an opportunity, the chance to notice these signals early and take action before real damage sets in. We also talked about the steps you can take today. In the short term, hydrate your body, stretch your legs, and ease up on excess salt. In the medium term, walk regularly, focus on foods rich in fiber and omega-3s, and bring colourful fruits and vegetables into your meals. For the long term, keep up with your checkups, know your numbers, blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, and commit to ongoing maintenance. And remember, the overlooked daily helper, a simple cup of green tea, can gently support your heart with every sip. I've seen women in their 60s and 70s transform their health, regain their energy, and rediscover joy in everyday life. Eleanor danced with her granddaughter. Margaret reclaimed her nights of peaceful sleep. Their stories can become your story too. So here is my hopeful message to you. Your heart is strong, and it wants to keep serving you. By listening to its whispers, now the silent signs, you can protect it, nurture it, and live with strength and vitality for years to come. If this video resonated with you, please subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell so you never miss another message, and share this video with a friend. You may not realize it, but one share could help another woman recognize the signs and change her future. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these silent signs in your own life? Share your experience in the comments. Your words might be the encouragement someone else needs today. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm Dr. Lisa Perriera, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue exploring how women over 60 can age with strength, wisdom, and vitality. And before we close, let me remind you this video is for educational purposes only. It does not replace medical advice. Every woman's body is unique. If you are experiencing pain, significant changes, or have personal concerns, please consult with your healthcare provider. Your well-being deserves personalized care.